What's up everybody? Welcome back to another Shoe Care Academy episode. For today's cleaning challenge, we got these 2017 Nike Prestos. This shoe is famous for two different things: getting dirty really fast, it's basically walking around with a white sock, and oxidation happening on the swoosh and the cage areas. The owner of these sneakers just dropped these out with high hopes of getting them looking brand new. The biggest issue though is this big splash of coffee on the toe box. It's been sitting around for several months, so hopefully we can get it fully out. We're gonna try our best. For this cleaning, we're gonna fully flush out all the grime and dirt from inside and outside the sneaker using our RESHOEVN8R Signature Shoe Cleaning Kit. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We drop weekly content on Mondays and Thursdays. Let's get started. Typically in cleaning videos, we only do one shoe for before and after purposes, but in this case, we gotta do both because the owner is gonna pick these up in a couple of days. First things first, let's take out the insoles, laces, and hang tag to clean those up separately. Real quick, let's go next door and use the air compressor. We gotta blow off any surface dust or debris that's inside the shoe fully out. We don't wanna push it deeper into the shoe during the cleaning. That step is very important. However, I understand that not everybody has an air compressor at home, so just by using a soft bristle brush and brushing off the shoe helps a ton. Almost prepped, ready to go. We just gotta put our solution inside our bowl of water and our shoe trees inside the sneakers to help apply pressure on the toe box during the scrubbing. Put this stuff to the side so we can focus on the cleaning of the shoes. Now in 95% of my videos, I always start with a soft bristle brush and break down the grime and dirt of the uppers. But in this case, we're gonna do the opposite and start with a stiff bristle brush and clean up these soles for a couple different reasons. For this specific project, the hardest part about the cleaning is gonna be cleaning up the mesh and getting it back to white. So we're gonna take care of the easy part first, which in this case is the sole. Another reason why I wanna do the soles first, if I was to get the uppers back to white, then move on to the soles, all the dirty studs will drip onto the uppers and get them dirty all over again, and that just causes me more work. The only thing is, when you go about it that way, you're gonna have to use more water and more solution, because once the soles are all cleaned up, the water is gonna be dirty, and I don't wanna place that dirty water onto the white mesh. Alright, so far so good. We got the midsole back to white. That part looks great. The sole does need some more work. The stiff bristle brush did a great job, but we're gonna try something different. For this, we're gonna be using our brass bristle brush. That should do the trick. First stage of the cleaning is complete. We got the midsoles back to white, same thing with the soles. We used the stiff bristle brush and the brass bristle brush, but really what was key for this cleaning specifically on this material was the brass bristle brush. Now we're on to the hardest part of the cleaning, the mesh. We're gonna start with the right shoe because this is the one with the big stain. We gotta start breaking it down. We're gonna start with the soft bristle brush. Really, for this material, the only two brushes that we can use is a soft and medium. The stiff will completely ruin it. Soft and medium are safe because it's not gonna snag or fray the material. Once we get going, I'm gonna be using the soft bristle brush in a nice circular motion. I'm gonna spend a lot of time on this toe box area and really the entire mesh. I wanna get it consistently white. I did get some fresh water for these uppers. Let's squeeze some more solution. So far so good everybody. We got the majority of that stain fully out. After about 5 minutes scrubbing that toe box, it started to come out nicely. Same thing with the tongue. Now up close, I do see a slight yellow mark where the stain originally was. I'm gonna take out the shoe tree, clean up the insides, specifically on the toe box. I'm gonna scrub to push the studs from inside out to continue to break down that stain. After that, once you put them in the washing machine and let them fully dry, I'm confident that stain is going to be fully out. Good to go with the soft bristle brush. We got the insides and the uppers all cleaned up. The washing machine will take care of the rest. Next, we're going to be using the medium bristle brush to clean up the insoles and the rubber cage areas. Insoles are good to go. We'll put these inside the single laundry bag with the shoes in just a moment. Real quick, let's take care of these laces. We got the leftover water and solution. Let's put them inside, give them a good scrub. Afterwards, we'll put it with the shoes and the insoles, and the washing machine will take care of the rest. All right, we made it to the wash. As always, whenever you're washing shoes inside the washing machine, you want to use cold water. Once the shoes are done, we'll let them dry outside. We got the shoes out of the washing machine. We let them dry for several hours outside underneath the sun. They look great. We got rid of all the stains on the toe box, the tongue, the toe cap. I couldn't be happier with this cleaning. That's all thanks to our signature shoe cleaning kit and the washing machine. All that's left to do is to put these shoes inside the indoor setup. We do have some yellowing on the swoosh and the cage areas. Again, these off-whites are famous for that. The thing is, I only have one day to put these inside. Typically, when I have all the time in the world, I put them in there for several days until it taps out. But in this case, the owner's picking them up tomorrow, so we only have overnight to do so. The Vick 2000 is an indoor setup that contains 4,500 watts of UV rays, and it just beams on the shoe. When you leave them in there for several days, it removes all the yellowing. Let's put them in there now. After about 24 hours, I got the shoe out of the indoor setup, and it did make a difference. We did get some of the yellowing out of the swoosh. It's not 100% perfect, but it does look a lot better. Same thing with the white mesh all around the sneaker. It does look a bit brighter. Cage looks good. Same thing with the laces. Again, if I had more time, I will put these in there for another 3 to 4 days to get max results, but as is, they do look great. Before we wrap it up, I did tell the owner that I want to get these looking as brand new as possible. One of the clearest indications that these shoes have been worn is the creasing on the midsole. It happens to all Prestos. We're going to use a small heat gun with controlled settings to try to minimize the creasing. We don't want to damage these midsoles because they can easily get worked by applying too much heat. And same thing with the mesh uppers. They're very delicate. If you apply too much heat, you'll burn a hole. Again, we just want to be very careful with the heat gun. We want to go back and forth, back and forth. We don't want to keep it in one spot because that'll cause irreversible damage. As we go through this process, we want to use low heat settings and go little by little. That's as good as it's gonna get. The creasing is still kind of there. I did this step for about 20 minutes on and off. I didn't want to apply too much heat because that can easily cause separation, but the scariest thing about this shoe is the white mesh uppers. All the little holes, if you apply too much heat, they can easily expand and get really hard, and there's no going back from that. These midsoles do look a lot better. They work great on 11s and other shoes, but when you do this step, be very careful. Let's lace them up. Alright guys, that's gonna bring us to an end on how to properly clean up your all-white Nike Off White Prestos using our signature shoe cleaning kit. Originally, this shoe looked cooked. There was this big nasty stain on the right shoe. If it wasn't for all 3 brushes, soft, medium, and stiff, our shoe trees, and solution, we would have never got the shoe all cleaned up and got rid of that nasty stain. We also used our detergent pods and laundry bag to put the shoe inside the washing machine to fully flush it out and disinfect it. After that, we used some magic powders from the Vick 2000 to remove some of the yellowing from the sneaker. These turned out great. The owner should be really happy with how these turned out. His next big challenge is to keep these clean. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's like walking around with white socks. Any little nick is gonna get these dirty. Luckily for him and everybody else, RESHOEVN8R always has your back. You can find all the products at RESHOEVN8R.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys on Monday. See you guys.